Scholas started with a mission of bridging the digital divide in the South Bronx. To do this, we began refurbishing and redistributing computers to low-income families and schools that couldn't afford them. But over time, as computer prices dropped and access to technology became widespread, we looked at the strong relationships we had developed in the IT sector and realized its growth potential. From that, our IT-ready training program has emerged as a strategic approach to workforce development, sensitive to industry changes and employers as our primary clients. By understanding their needs and building training and curriculum to meet these needs, Scholas has become one of the leading workforce development entities in the entire country. Over the years, Scholas has proven that our sectoral IT training model is highly effective. As a result, we believe that it's our responsibility to train as many people as we can in cities across the United States where IT jobs exist and where a trained IT workforce does not. In partnership with the Creating IT Futures Foundation, we intend to bridge that IT training and skills divide, and through our jointly designed IT-ready training model, we will provide real career opportunities for all individuals who could benefit from our training, while improving regional economies by creating talent that employers are demanding and can use now and in the future. In the heart of the Great Recession, there were millions of jobs that went unfilled, many in the IT arena. Even during those tough times, Scholas was steadily connecting our graduates with good-paying jobs. This is because we are preparing individuals with in-demand skills, both technology and so-called soft skills that make better employees. Our connection and responsiveness to the employer community has made us successful, and it really has set us apart from other organizations. Our approach to IT workforce development has always been looking at the employer as our primary customer. Through consistent and authentic employer feedback, we can construct training curriculum and outcomes that produce the qualified IT talent that employers need. Input from employers defines the ideal candidate for IT-ready training. Employers inform the curriculum and help us determine the training needed to assist our graduates to successfully obtain their first IT job. The most important marker for Scholas is where our graduates are 2 years after completing training. We collect information throughout those 2 years to better understand what additional supports our graduates need to remain successful in their IT careers. Throughout training and for the following 2 years, we track a number of key performance metrics, including income and enrollment, graduation, IT professional certification, job placement and retention, and wage gain. At Scholas, we firmly believe that the status quo can eventually be the death blow for many not-for-profits. We have worked hard to establish a very entrepreneurial culture to remain relevant and innovative. We're not afraid to pilot a number of training alternatives, understanding that there's equal merit to learning from our successes and failures. Our pilots are driven by the employer community and its current needs. Scholas has demonstrated consistent and improving outcomes for our graduates. One of our greatest accomplishments was participating in a random assignment study that tested the efficacy of our sector-based approach. The study was conducted by public-private ventures and funded by the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation. This study was the first in decades that showed effectiveness in workforce development, specifically that our sector-based approach led to stronger outcomes in community colleges and technical schools. There is a general perception about workforce development across the country that it simply does not work. That couldn't be further from the truth. Organizations like Scholas that have adopted sector-based workforce development have shown that the model is both effective and merits greater scale. We have spent the last 15 years proving that our approach is worthy of expansion, and we have taken the risk of bringing this very effective program to employers and job seekers in cities beyond New York. For Scholas has been successful in connecting unemployed and underemployed individuals with IT training and good-paying jobs, regardless of the economic climate. Additional funding will help us scale up our program by establishing training sites in cities beyond the new sites already identified. Additional resources will allow us to serve more employers, more job seekers, and have an impact on more regional economies, where there is a huge gap between IT sector needs and a skilled workforce to fill those positions. While we hope to have a presence in many regions where there is a need for skilled IT professionals, we recognize that at Scholas we will never have the infrastructure to have a program in every city. With additional resources, the next important phase of our work is sharing lessons learned and organizational expertise with others in the field, including policymakers at the city, state, and federal levels.